What up, fight fans? It's your main man, Made Man, back at it again, and y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. Hats off to Amir Khan and his entire corner, Shao Kahn and all of them, for coming over the pond, ladies and gentlemen, and getting the victory against Devon Alexander. A very impressive victory at that, looking stellar in all aspects of boxing in last night's bout, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I can't take one bad takeaway away from Amir Khan. He did everything beautifully, did everything perfectly. You know, the jab was great. The way he controlled the distance, awesome. The angles, beautifully. Key to victory, the hand speed, very on point, ladies and gentlemen. Just totally outclassed Devon Alexander in every aspect of the fight. Take in mind, Devon Alexander is not a bum by any means, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. Sorry about that. Devon Alexander is not a bum by any means, ladies and gentlemen. Devon Alexander is a former 3-time world champion. His record now is at 26-3 with 14 knockouts. But however, prior to this, he only had 2 losses to 2 very formidable opponents, Timothy Bradley and Sean Porter. But the thing that matters is that, so Devon Alexander is not a bum or slouch or just a cherry pick by any means. I can't answer for the reason why he looked so lost like a deer in the headlights, why he could not figure out how to close the gap against Amir Khan, how he looked totally outclassed against Amir Khan. I could not answer because Devon Alexander has been on the big stage. He has been in big fights. Understandably, this is his first fight in Las Vegas, and I know he had some sort of tragedy he was dealing with prior to going down to Las Vegas, but I just don't know. This did not look like the elite version of Devon Alexander that I expected to see. But I got to admit, since Amir Khan has been fighting at the 147-pound division, he has looked stellar in all of his fights. His last fight is against Luis Collazo, even though Luis Collazo had 4 losses at that point in his career, and he wasn't possibly the same Luis Collazo, still looked at, he looked at totally outclassed against Amir Khan. The hand speed, ladies and gentlemen, the accuracy, the humongous back. I don't know what it is about Amir Khan, but he is making boxers look very, very ordinary, ladies and gentlemen. So, he's working with Virgil Hunter now, and Virgil Hunter has him looking stellar. Stellar. These are the prime years of Amir Khan. He's 28 years of age. His record stands at 30 wins, 3 losses, 19 knockouts. The stigma, though, prior to this fight that always stuck with Amir Khan, the shaky nervous system. Does he still have the shaky nervous system? We didn't see any sign of that against Devon Alexander. Granted, I understand Devon Alexander is not the hardest puncher. He has 14 KOs, and he hasn't had a knockout in roughly about 4 years now, ladies and gentlemen. Granted that, but Amir Khan was looking shaky against, Julio Diaz when he was getting punched, and Carlos Molina, who was a good hard puncher. But a lot of punchers, Khan always looked shaky. We just wasn't sure. Even in the Collazo fight, the few punches that Collazo got in, we just wasn't sure. But we did not see Amir Khan in any trouble whatsoever against Devon Alexander, hurt at any point in time in the fight. Just looked like a glove wasn't landing on him the entire fight. Just did everything beautifully. I thought Paulie Malignaggi summed it up beautifully. When you fight Amir Khan, anything that you do, he does it better. You know what I mean? If you jab well, he jabs better. If you have good hand speed, his hand speed is better. If you swing from angles, he swings at better angles. He controls the distance. He has a humongous ass back. He just does it better, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what it is, but everything he does, far from a technical boxer standpoint, he does it very, very well. Even in Devon Alexander's defeats, I say, he never looked this bad. Even in his defeats to Timothy Bradley, he didn't look this bad. He was a contender in that fight. He was a contender against Sean Porter. Even though he lost the title against Sean Porter, he still had some good spots and good moments in the fight. Last night's fight, I didn't see any good moments for Devon Alexander that I can say he did very, very well. Just got totally, totally outclassed. I don't know. Another shit Heyman matchup, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? One fighter outclassing the other fighter. Not a great matchup, but I don't know, man. Looking at this version of Amir Khan, I hate to say this, but he's looking dangerous for a lot of fighters at the 147-pound division. Since he departed the 140 division, where he has his losses against Danny Garcia as well as Lamont Peterson, whom some doesn't count as a loss, because of the performance-enhancing drugs accusations made against Lamont Peterson, which proved to be true. So a lot of people don't count that as a loss against Amir Khan. But since he's left the 140 and came to 147, he's looked stellar, ladies and gentlemen. He's looked very stellar since he's been under the tutelage of Virgil Hunter. He looks stellar. Which brings me to my next point, in which, honestly, so-called professional ESPN pundit Stephen A. Smith got to be putting his foot in his mouth right about now. You know, prior to this, Stephen A. Smith went into a rant about how we did not want to see Floyd Mayweather fight an Amir Khan. If Floyd Mayweather wasn't fighting Miguel Cotto, a rematch against Miguel Cotto, or a rematch against Canelo Alvarez, I don't want to see him fight anyone else than Manny Pacquiao. Not no Amir Khan. These were the words of Stephen A. Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta be sticking his foot in his mouth, because evidently this man doesn't know shit about boxing. You would know that stylistically, Amir Khan poses problems for Floyd Money Mayweather. Stylistically. Which is why I've always called for this fight. You know, Leonard Ellaby was asked in Mayweather's last fight against Marcos Maidana, their post-fight press conference, he was asked, if not Manny Pacquiao, then who? I think Amir Khan makes perfect fucking sense. Especially, this is the style of fighter or type of fighter that is very, very attractive to, say, Floyd Mayweather. He's popular. He has constituencies. On top of that, he's coming off of a big win. These are all attractive qualities to, say, Floyd Mayweather. Now, we know that Amir Khan, starving for the Floyd Mayweather fight, passed over Devon Alexander roughly about a year ago. This fight could have happened roughly about a year ago, and when Devon Alexander was actually a world champion. He had the IBF World Championship, in which Amir Khan decided to pass over this fight, hoping for a Mayweather fight, in which Mayweather still did not choose him, but he chose Marcos Maidana. Now, we remember that Amir Khan won all the polls and the Mayweather polls and all that shit that went on. Amir Khan won it. Fans knew then, stylistically, this was a dangerous fight for Floyd Mayweather. And it still remains that such today, if not a more dangerous fight for Floyd, because Amir Khan is adjusting very well to 147, and he's looking very sharp under Virgil Hunter. So, even back then, this fight, you know, but he passed over Devon to try to get the Mayweather fight. Didn't get it. Ended up fighting Luis Collazo. Devon ended up fighting against Sean Porter, who Sean Porter ends up taking the strap from Devon Alexander and end up losing it to Kell Brook. But the fact still remains, Amir Khan, I thought then, could have had a better bargaining position as a world champion to say, hey, okay, Floyd, now I'm a world champion at 147, possibly got another victory or a title defense under his belt after that, and would have been, I thought, in a much better bargaining position to fight Floyd Mayweather. Especially if he beats, you know, Devon Alexander then, and then comes to beat another top-tier fighter and defends the strap against that top-tier fighter. I thought that was the better route for Amir Khan to go even then. I called for, you can look at my archives and see the videos. But he decided not to go that route. And he went to the other route and trying to get that Mayweather fight, being so super pressed, and then getting passed over. Well, this time around, I don't see, you know, if not Manny Pacquiao for Mayweather, then who else? Very attractive guy. But the difference, ladies and gentlemen, with Amir Khan and Mayweather is, this is not a pile of shit that Mayweather is putting in a box with a shiny bow and giving to the fans, ladies and gentlemen. No, 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 no. This is actually a very, very dangerous fight for Floyd Money Mayweather. Unlike a flat-footed boxer who he's fought a lot in the past, this is not it. This is in his prime boxer. Amir Khan is 28 years of age. The stigma with Amir Khan is that Amir Khan has the shaky nervous system and he possibly struggles against big punchers. We've seen him struggle with Danny Garcia. We've seen him struggle with Marcos Maidana. Floyd Mayweather isn't a big puncher, ladies and gentlemen, at least not anymore. Floyd Mayweather hasn't had a knockout since, a legit knockout since Ricky Hatton back in 2009 or 2008. Or 2007. Could have been longer than that. But the fact is, that long ago. If you want to count the Ortiz fight, be my guest. I don't. But the fact still remains, Floyd isn't knocking nobody out. We've seen him hire Alex Ariza for his, you know, in his last bout. We've seen him bring Alex Ariza to his camp for strength and conditioning, I guess. But still, Floyd hasn't knocked anyone out. So does that factor count against Amir Khan? It will come down to skill sets. And with Amir Khan's skill set, the fast hands looking, honestly, possibly the fastest hands now at 147. We've seen the last time Floyd fought a speedy fighter in Zab Zuda, which Zab won the first 4 to 5 rounds before gassing out. I don't see Amir Khan gassing out, ladies and gentlemen. So stylistically, look at this thing for Floyd. Money-wise, the thing is, politrick-wise also, Amir Khan, now we see him calling out Al Heyman. Oh, we'll sit there and we'll talk with Al Heyman. He swims through the waters of boxing politricks, where he can fight top rank fighters, or he can fight Golden Boy fighters. We see him working with Heyman now, in which Floyd is a Heyman fighter. We know Heyman puts his fighters against each other. This fight is very possible now, ladies and gentlemen. Possible. We've seen Golden Boy now playing for the May dates, in which they're looking to put Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Miguel Cotto to take those dates away from Floyd Mayweather. Well, other than Manny Pacquiao, who else can be sold on those dates to win back the May dates? And Floyd is looking to fight, May 2nd? Who else other than Manny? Who else? Constituency-wise, popularity-wise. The Muslims, the Pakistanis, the UK fans. They all love Amir Khan. Even if Amir Khan chooses not to fight Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao, he still can possibly pack 80,000 in Wembley to fight Kell Brook, whom he has in queue now, allegedly. Well, Kell Brook had him in queue. Kell Brook is the world champion. Amir Khan evidently is not sweating that IBF strap. He knows that Mayweather literally has about 2 fights left on his deal. He wants one of those 2 fights. Possibly, he's looking at it, maybe he can get a shot before the Pacquiao and Mayweather thing really gets officially taken off. This is his only window. But Stephen A. Smith, boxing expert, Mr. ESPN, you're sticking your foot in your mouth, fans. If Stephen A. Smith comes out and vouches for a fight with Mayweather and Khan, let us revolt and let us bring down fire and earth on the head of Stephen A. Smith. Because he called Khan a bum. He basically dismissed Khan against Mayweather. We all know better. We all know very much better. And now, people may not agree with me, but I've said in the past, I always see Amir Khan and Kell Brook, the 2 British fighters at 147, as possibly the 2 most dangerous fighters for Floyd at 147. Oh, mate, man, you're tripping. Kell Brook's still green, he's still wet behind the ears, doesn't have the experience. Stylistically, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at this from a non-biased, stylistically view. They pose problems for Floyd and Manny. We talk a lot about Floyd and Manny fighting each other. These are the only 2 other fighters at 147 that I will possibly want to see Floyd and Manny fight. And that is Amir Khan or Kell Brook. And if they fight each other, wonderful also. But the future is definitely bright for Amir Khan, as well as Devon Alexander. I don't want to think like I'm shitting on him and forgetting about Devon Alexander. Devon Alexander is still a contender, a major contender at the 147 division. I love to see him against Thurman. I love to see him against Guerrero. I love to see him against maybe even try to rematch Porter. I don't know. I'd love to see those fights. Devon got outclassed last night, but he's not a bum. He's far from such. I don't know what the fuck that was last night, but that ain't the Devon Alexander we know. So those are my post-fight thoughts. It's going to be interesting. I will capitalize more off this and see what Amir Khan chooses to do next. It's going to be interesting. He's looking dangerous. Everybody at 147 should be afraid. To the next video, it's your main man, Made Man, and I see y'all there. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace out. I'm at Twitter, MadeMan511. Peace out.